All right, so on today's episode of the Couch Bros podcast, week 2 of the NFL season, or is it week 3?
Week 3, bro.
Oh my God, this junk is going by quick.
I know.
All right, so for this episode, we're going to go ahead and break down week 3. We got the Ravens and Chiefs game on right now, so we're going to briefly talk about that, talk about my Cowboys embarrassing themselves, talk about the Dolphins pulling out a win, and then we're going to go on to the other news, which is the Heat and Lakers being in the finals, what that means. The legacy behind this, the irony behind this.
Yes.
And then we have to talk about the recent news of Doc Rivers getting his pink slip.
Hallelujah. Well deserved.
So yeah, all the homies in the building for this one, man. So let's get this show bracking. Y'all boys, what's up, man? I got Rod in the building, G Baby in the building.
What's going on, man?
Yo, shit, nothing. It's already week 3, bro. Like, it's already Monday. It's actually Monday that we're recording this. Usually we drop episodes on Monday, but we couldn't record yesterday, so we said, fuck it, we just drop this today. So that gives us the opportunity to talk about the Ravens and Chiefs game, which is going on right now. What quarter is this? Third?
It's the fourth quarter.
It's the fourth quarter?
5 minutes left. Chiefs up 34-20.
Man, they got this, bro. I'm so disappointed in the Ravens, dog. And the reason why I say that is because I had financial incentive on this game, and these niggas got fucking mollywop, bro.
Yeah.
And I lost,
bro.
That. I lost money in the worst possible way. Right?
Actually, Herb, you know what's crazy? I was keeping up with the game. Now I know why you were so hurt. Because it was 6-3 to end the first quarter.
Exactly.
And then I look at my phone. I'm like, these niggas scored 21 points in the second quarter?
In the second fucking quarter, bro. They scored 21 points in the second quarter. Here's the crazy part. Like, I could see if I only had it one way or two ways, right? I bet the same game. I bet 8 different scenarios. 8, Rod. 8. 8 different scenarios, and none of them hit, bro. Do you know how almost, like, improbable that has to be, dog? All because fucking Lamar Jackson forgot that he's a quarterback?
What was the highest one you bet on? Like, what?
The highest? Okay, so what I do now, because I'm trying to cheat the system, right? It's about giving yourself the most opportunities to win. Because at the end of the day, depending on how much money you put down and how much money you're going to bring back, you're going to be up. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna recoup all the money, but you're going to be up. So I did Chiefs, and it's about margins. It's first halftime margins. I bet Chiefs and Ravens 1 to 3 points. That means either or could be up 1 to 3 points. I bet both 4 to 6 points. I bet both 7 to 9 points. Then I bet the Chiefs 10 to 12 points. I think I actually bet something twice on accident, bro.
So you didn't go up to 17?
I did not go up to 17. Because I'm like, all right, it's the Chiefs and the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? It's literally the past 2 MVPs, bro. I'm not expecting these niggas to score. And then on top of that, think about it. Rod already said it. They were up 6-3 in the first quarter. Yeah. These niggas scored 21 points in 1 quarter, bro.
It's a fucking explosion, bro.
Like, in any possible way, bro. At one point, Lamar Jackson was 7 for what?
7 for 15 for 35 yards.
35 yards? And they had 7 net passing yards when you account all the sacks and stuff, dog. I'm just like, wait, so yeah, they came back towards the end, but they're still down. They're still down double digits, bro. And There's 5 minutes left, dog. So I'm very disappointed, but I think this is going to keep giving credence to people who feel like if you put pressure on Lamar Jackson, he cannot win from behind. He can only beat you with a lead. I still don't believe that, but it's getting harder to deny that. Honestly, it's getting harder to deny that because once they forced him to like, okay, I gotta pass. I don't know if it's because it's nothing to do with his talent,
right?
Because if the same plays that he makes when he's with a lead, I see the accuracy. The accuracy's there from all levels. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? He might miss a throw here and there, but for the most part, he's accurate. So it's not like he can't pass. It's not like he's just a gimmick. It's not like this is some wildcat shit, bro. But for whatever reason, when they're down and they're down big and he has to pass, it doesn't look as good. It doesn't look as smooth. It seems janky. It seems clunky. I don't get it. What do you think, Rod?
Well, I was just sitting here thinking to myself, what comeback has he had? Can you think of any comebacks he's had?
I can't really think one off the top. I'm sure there has to be one. I just can't think of it.
Right. And that's the kind of imprint that he's left. Like, we know the kind of bulldozer the Ravens were last year. He got an MVP off of that. They had one of the best running games in recent memory, probably one of the best running games in history. So coming into this game, like, I think, especially with how the Ravens looked, I think they had the highest point differential out of any team in football. And that's because they smashed their first two opponents. But to your point, Herb, once I was telling Gerson on the ride, because he picked me up from work, and I was telling him on the ride home, I'm like, man, them niggas ain't coming back. I had no faith in Lamar Jackson to bring them back because based on recent memory, based on recent history, I haven't seen him been able to do it. And like you said, it's not a talent thing. I don't really know what it is, to be honest. Especially when you consider the fact that he's a legitimately good quarterback. I mean, he was an MVP. But for whatever reason, once you get a lead on them, it's like, I don't know if it's a mental thing or.
To me, I think it has to be it has to be the offensive system, because I think they pick specific players to serve a specific need. The fact that they're so run orientated, they have good run blocking linemen. They have a lot of tight ends, and at some time, you can't have a bunch of tight ends when you're trying to come back, bro.
Right.
Like,
it's true.
And when it comes to speed, the only person I know they have for speed is Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Right.
So I don't know who else they got that is just straight deep burners, dog. So I think that's what it is. Like, they're built to keep a lead. They're not built to come back and take a lead.
Hey, do you think if they changed the offense, it would work? Because I feel like they rely on his running ability too much. I think he's a decent enough passer where it's like you don't have to fake run so much and do all this. Yeah, I know it works, but I believe in his throwing ability. He's shown that he can be accurate. So I think he should play more of a traditional quarterback role, bro.
I will say this, man. If I remember correctly, he ran for like 1,000 yards last year, right?
Yeah, he broke Michael Vick's record.
Right, he broke Vick's record. So he's to their credit, he is a weapon in the run game. But I feel you, Gerson.
But the thing is, right? He's not. He can be a better version of Russell Wilson. Because Russell Wilson, and what I mean in the sense of in the sense of if he actually learned how to play the quarterback position, and they do not rely like the West Coast offense, man. I always heard that it's good for a running quarterback. Like, get him in that where he can actually, be a threat.
With the West Coast, it's not necessarily good for a running quarterback. I think it gets overblown just because Steve Young was in it.
I was just thinking that. Steve Young was in the West Coast.
Yeah, but it wasn't McNabb.
McNabb was never known for his running, bro. That's
no, but in that point of being a scrambler.
Hey, you want to know who else was in it?
Isn't Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson.
He's not in the West Coast. They are.
That's not West Coast?
No. They're vertical. Like, they're a vertical team. That's why he has so many deep passing. West Coast is more about timing. West Coast is more about, I need quick receivers because it's letting the quick. Literally, the West Coast was designed to help a quarterback who doesn't have a great arm. You feel me? That's what Bill Walsh did it. That's why he drafted Joe Montana. Joe Montana was very accurate, but he was like, you don't have the strongest arm, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you the greatest wide receiver who's the best ever at yards after the catch, bro.
Yep.
Like, Jerry Rice has more yards after the catch than niggas have for their entire career, bro. Just after the catch.
Just imagine that. He was a fucking monster.
You feel me? So, there's a lot of people that's in the West Coast offense. Kirk Cousins in the West Coast offense. Case Keenum was in the West Coast offense. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really more about a running quarterback. The reason why I fall back on Russell Wilson is because Russell Wilson honestly has, in my opinion, outside of prime Drew Brees, carried a bunch of bad teams. Now, he had an all-time great team, but for the most part, he's carried a lot of bad teams. I don't think he's ever lost more than 10 games. Like, he's never lost less than 10 games. He's always won 10 games every season, bro. And that's not normal, especially when he hasn't had anybody like that. Like, he just got DK Metcalf last year. You know who he was throwing to? Doug Baldwin, bro. Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's like 5'5", bro. And this nigga's always fucking open, bro.
Yeah. For whatever fucking reason.
And he doesn't drop shit. Doesn't drop a thing.
But
dude.
when you have a quarterback like Russell, I mean, look what Russell's doing through the first 3 weeks. Like, he's the only quarterback in history who has 14 fucking touchdowns in 3 weeks. Like, bro, he has 2 games of back-to-back 5 touchdowns, bro. Like, that's ridiculous.
Listen, the thing about Russell Wilson, like, the year where he accounted for 97% of his team's touchdowns, bro. Like, on offense. He was a part of every single touchdown except for one, bro. So, to me, he is the epitome of MVP. He's more of a most valuable player than Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, all these dudes, bro. So, I don't want to put Lamar in that tier. And I don't think Lamar is ever going to get that in tier, but just for the fact that Russell is just unbelievably accurate, bro.
Bro, it's
like,
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like, he has, like, top 1% accuracy ever. Like, him.
Yeah,
Drew
but
Brees.
Yeah.
I would say that he had to work to that.
That is true.
But my point is, like, I feel like he has all the tools. I'm talking about Lamar. He has all those tools, bro. He just need to be home to, like, really work at that shit. Because at the end of the day, bro, it wasn't a fluke when he won MVP.
Not at all.
It wasn't a fluke at all, bro. So, and he was balling until this game.
But you got to remember, too, like, the Ravens, I mean, are they known as an organization that caters to quarterbacks offensively? Like, this is the best offensive quarterback they've had, I don't know, ever?
Yeah.
Like, so,
Yeah,
I mean.
because, Because remember, if you want to include all time and you want to say, okay, the Browns / Ravens.
Well,
Yeah.
but didn't they have McNair?
Steve McNair is not a better offensive player than Lamar Jackson. Even if Steven McNair was an MVP and he was a co-MVP with Peyton Manning, he's not better than Lamar Jackson. Not even close.
I think he's not more talented, but I wouldn't sit there and just write off him simply because Lamar won an MVP. That's why I mean, like, he need to hold.
That. They both won MVP. I just said that. Remember?
No, but I mean in the sense of, like, if Lamar was a better quarterback, then I agree with you. But that's my point of, like, he's a great talent.
No, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm saying. Like, Lamar threw 35 touchdowns last year, bro. He didn't rush for 35. He threw 35 touchdowns.
I understand.
So the throwing is there. Like, he's even, like, through the first 2 games.
But do you think he's a better quarterback than
Steve McNair? Steve McNair was not a perfect quarterback, bro. McNair was.
I didn't say he was perfect.
But do I think he's a better quarterback? Yes, I do.
At the position.
At the position, yes. Okay. Because there really is no weakness in his game. Because, like, if you see him play, like, he'll pick people apart. There's times where he's picking the defense apart.
Yeah,
you feel me? For whatever reason, but this is why I said I think it goes back to personnel more than Lamar Jackson, because Vic wasn't going to throw you back into a game. He was going to make you back into a game, but he wasn't going to throw you back into a game. It has to be personnel, because so much of what they do is predicated off of his running and the team running overall. Like, last year, I think they was like 210 yards a game, bro. They were running down niggas' throats.
Yeah, they pounded everybody. They pounded everybody.
But because they specifically built their team, because remember, they built their team off of Lamar's rookie year when he wasn't a good passer and he was just doing it. And here's the crazy part. I think, including this game, I think he's 22 and like 3, and this will be his 4th loss in like 26 starts, bro. Like,
yeah. He's a winner,
including the playoffs,
no,
bro.
but I understand. But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? When I just say something got to change, because this model doesn't work.
But I can't say it doesn't work.
No, fam.
If he's 22 and 4.
Well, here's the thing, Gerson. I mean, we're 3 games into the season.
Yeah.
And if you want to put some perspective into it, the Chiefs are the best team in AFC. Who's better than the Chiefs in AFC right now? You can't think of anybody better than them.
The Chiefs were trash their first 2 games. They weren't even at their best. And they mollywopped the Texans. Mm-hmm. And they played around with the Chargers. And it was like, all right, we're done with this shit, bro. And then they beat the Chargers. And now they're like, okay, you're having a good Chiefs game, and it's beating the team that just mollywopped 2 teams before, bro.
Right.
So I'm just going to credit this game to the Chiefs. To me, this is not even like in the equation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
it's not indicative of their entire season.
But I will say this. if it happens again in the playoffs, because both of these teams are going to the playoffs for sure, especially with the extra playoff spot. You feel me? If it happens again, then you gotta be like, all right, something's got to change, because it'll be 3 years in a row. You could be like, okay, rookie year, bum. Okay, second year, whatever. Most people lost in their second year. 3 years in a row. Now you fucking Peyton Manning before he.
I was just about to say, baby Black Peyton.
Now you Black Peyton Manning, bro.
You don't want to be Black Peyton, man.
Before the Super Bowls,
right? Exactly.
Before the Super Bowls. All right, so let's transition into our teams. You know how we do this every week. So look at this, bro. 97 passing yards. What the fuck is that? But yeah. What is that? 97 passing yards on 28 attempts, bro. Disgusting.
Man, that's
disgusting.
Don't even want to do the math on that one.
But let's talk about an actually good performance. Rod, your Dolphins. Yeah, it was the Jags, but at the end of the day, you dominated. And no player in the history of the NFL, and I'm talking about the thousands of players that have graced the football shield, the legacy, anybody, if you have been associated with the NFL in some capacity, there is no greater enigma than Ryan Fitzpatrick. None.
Yo, can I have a confession? Out of all the quarterbacks I've gotten to grow and watch, he's my favorite. Fitzpatrick, because you know what it is, bro? Like, yeah, he has a game against the Patriots where he's going to throw some spectacular interceptions. He's going to play
Nobody
terrible.
does throw a better pick, bro.
Bro, his picks are a work of art.
They're truly beautiful.
Yeah, it's like...
Hey, you know what I thought when y'all was texting about the game? I was thinking about Forrest Gump. He's like, life is like a box of chocolate. You
never know what you're going to get, bro.
But that's who Fitzpatrick is. But you know what? I love the energy that this man played. Like, the man just looks like he just looks like Brett Favre, bro. He's just having fun out there, bro. Like, and it's infectious to the whole team. And, I wasn't worried about the Dolphins taking L's the first 2 weeks because we lost to the Patriots. We seen what the Patriots did to the Raiders. They lost to the Bills. The Bills are 3-0. Like, so I figured, like, okay, these were two teams that have more continuity than we do. I give it to you. And so this game was the game that was going to show me who the fuck the Dolphins really are. I was like, all right, let me see who these niggas really are. And we played very well, bro. The one thing I got to say, bro, that I'm really impressed with, the offensive line play. Like, I've seen a lot of, and our offensive line wasn't perfect. They had a couple breakdowns, but dude, they gave, like in the first half, they gave Fitz time to throw. Fitzpatrick started the game like 11 of 11 for like 100-some yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, Patrick, nigga. Ryan Fitz, bro, he was looking like a fucking Hall of Famer out there.
And that's why he's such an enigma to me, dog, because it's not like he has a good game and a bad game. He has a Hall of Fame, I'm the greatest to ever do this kind of game, bro. And then he has, this is how did you even get drafted kind of game, bro.
I've never seen a nigga that could look like Tom Brady's equal and like a 4th-round rookie that's not supposed to be playing. In between 2 weeks, bro. Like, we've never... I'm trying to think of all the quarterbacks I've seen, because there's niggas who've had good years, right? Yeah. Like, you had, like, Case Keenum, I believe. I think he had, like, a decent year. Yeah. Matt Schaub, I think, like, his one or 2 years with the Texans, he looked good. But Fitzpatrick, he has been one of the most awful quarterbacks I've ever seen, and one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen, depending on the game. And, because I am aware that's who he is, I can accept. We live and die by Fitz, bro. It's either a Fitz tragic game or a Fitz magic game.
So my question is, if y'all don't see Tua at all this year, you will be all right with that?
Yeah, bro. I'll be perfectly fine with that, bro. Bro, at the end of the day, this season, like I told Herb on the previous podcast, this season to me isn't even about, even though there's an extra playoff spot, if I'm being honest with myself, I don't think the Dolphins are gonna make it, but I want to see improvement. Because next year I'm gonna have expectations. You know what I'm saying? This year,
if Tua is garbage.
If Tua's garbage, he's garbage, bro. I have no control over that, bro.
Here's the thing, though. If Tua's garbage, you're gonna see him be garbage for at least 2 seasons, bro. They're gonna give him every opportunity.
They're gonna give him every chance. And if he's garbage one year and he gets hurt the next year, then we'll probably be in limbo again. But I have faith that Tua's gonna be good. Like, I liked what I seen from him in college. So. But as to the Dolphins team now, the offensive line looked good. Our defense actually, granted, on the Jaguars part, they were missing some guys. Their fucking left tackle, of all people, got ejected, got disqualified. They were down to center and they were down their best receiver. But our defense played well, man. Usually that doesn't matter with the Dolphins defense. Usually we just leave niggas wide open, just run around and have fun, run amok.
Hey, y'all got Jordan Howard?
Yeah, we got Jordan Howard, man.
Bro, it's funny. Y'all turned that nigga into a fullback, bro. I got a funny stat for you, dog. Y'all turned into a fullback. He is the first player with one rush touchdown and less than 10 yards rushing in 3 straight games since Daryl Moose Johnson. That's my fullback from the 90s, bro. That's my fullback Moose from the 90s, bro. He's a fullback. They turned this nigga into a this is a Pro Bowl running back that's turned into a fullback in Chan Gailey's offense, bro.
But I mean, Myles Gaskin and Matt Breida, they play better than him, bro.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing I want to say about the offensive line. At least this is the one thing that worries me about the Dolphins sometimes, that we play well for a half. Like, we'll play bad a half and then we'll play well for a half. Like against the Patriots and the Bills, we were terrible in the first half and then we came alive in the second half. Against the Jags, we started off hot, on fire. I'm talking Fitzmagic was like Super Saiyan, bro. Like, this nigga came out the gate with the yellow aura, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But in the second half, you know what I'm saying, they kind of slowed down. But granted, their philosophy is throw to score, run to win. Right? That's Chan Gailey. That's old school fuck Chan Gailey. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, I liked what I saw from the Dolphins, especially from the defense, because our defense, even against bad teams, always looks bad. But we had 4 sacks. We held them to 13 points. Kyle Van Noy actually fucking looked like the guy who I thought he was going to look like. X had a pick, but he got hurt. So hopefully he's okay. I think Shaq Lawson got hurt too. We had some injuries, bro. So hopefully these guys aren't out for too long. But I was happy with the performance.
No, it was one of those rare Thursday night games. Like, it wasn't a good game, but it was a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
And you got to see what the Dolphins could be, but then you got to see what the Dolphins has been there since Dan Marino. Just another team destined to be in the range from 7 and 9 to
8 and 8.
8 and 8. Because it is the worst thing to be in sports. Good, but not good enough. Right. And you were right. Last week we talked about it. You were like, we were in a game with 2 good teams, and both of those teams are showing themselves to be a good team. You've seen the Patriots mollywop the fucking Raiders this week. Yep. And you've seen the Bills go up 28-3 on the fucking Bills. I mean, on the Rams. They give up a whole bunch of points, down 32-28, and then find a way to win the game anyway, 35-32.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So those are two good teams that you play. Now you can say, okay, those teams are in our division, so we know them.
Right.
But on the other side, you can say, hey, we're competing with some of the best teams in the fucking division, in the conference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Who the fuck would have thought that shit? The AFC East would have at least 2 good teams.
Yeah.
And possibly not, you know, we don't know. The season's still early. Dolphins could be a lot better than people think.
Dolphins could be a lot better than people think. And this is why I say, bro, whatever you feel about whatever you feel about. Oh, go ahead, Gerson.
What I was gonna say to Rod is, bro, you gotta at least lose 6 games with Fitzpatrick.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
That's
bro,
I know that. We know that.
So at best, you maybe 9 and 7, maybe.
But that's what I was saying. I was saying there's certain players who become folk heroes for a franchise. And he's in that territory because nobody hates Ryan Fitzpatrick that's a Dolphins fan. Nobody. No matter what he does out there on the field, bro. Just because he's the most interesting quarterback they've had in a decade, over a decade, bro.
Even more than Tannehill, because Tannehill was just getting beat up every game. Fucking with Fitz, bro, it's just, I don't even know how to describe it, bro. It's just like, it's like playing dice or something, bro. It's a true fucking gamble, bro. Pitching pennies like Jordan. Like, you just don't know. Like, you go into a game thinking, am I going to get good fits? Am I going to get bad fits? Like, we've had 3 different Fitzpatricks. We had bad fits the first game. We had mediocre fits last game. We had great fits this past game. Bro, you never know what you're going to get.
That's what I say, bro. And that's what I said.
Know.
I told Rod, like on the last part, I said, bro, part of the reason why I couldn't bring myself to, bro, I watched a couple of Dolphin games. I said, this is not going to happen. I can't watch this nigga. Like, no, like, who are some of these quarterbacks? So just the driest, like
most boring,
like plain vanilla saltine crackers.
NBC don't help.
No, it's CBS. You mean?
Oh,
CBS.
CBS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
CBS.
yeah,
That didn't help it as well. But it's just the way Dolphins would play. It's just saltine cracker, vanilla. You feel me? Super plain Ruffles. Now, nigga, it's sweet and spicy, bro. it's jalapeno, bro. It's kettle cooked, dog. I gotta tune in to see this man do his thing, bro.
Think about it like this. It's like eating gummy bears with jawbreakers. And you just don't know what you're gonna get.
But shit, at least you had a good week with your team, bro. I don't even know where to start with my fucking Cowboys, dog. But we'll transition to my team. So I'm watching the game. I made it appointment viewing. I'm riding a historic win for us last week against the Falcons. Right. And I'm just thinking, okay, maybe that win. Because remember, going into this season, I said, you know what? Nothing could hurt me. Nothing could make me happy. Whatever they do. And for whatever reason, I let the fucking hype of that game get me, bro. I ate it up. I watched all the fucking highlights. I said, "Oh, this is our year, baby." Like I
mean, a win like that was so. You guys had like what, a 1.5% chance of pulling that out.
Yes, it was a 98.5% win chance. It was a 98.5% that they were going to win that game. The Falcons. They had it. That was the probability. That's how historic of a win it was. And I just rum. Ate it up, nigga. Big bowl of fucking D's avec sauce pois, dog. Big bowl, nigga. Right?
Bro.
D's Jones ate all that shit up. And I'm just like, and I knew it. Not even fucking 7 days later, Rod. These niggas do that to me, dog. Like, in this game more than anything, because it's like, the Falcons, we had 4 turnovers, 4 fumbles, and 5 possessions, bro. We had 4 fumbles in literally 4 minutes of play. You can't get any worse than that, bro.
You really can't.
You know what I'm saying? And now to see it again and again and again, like, we just find new ways to fuck it up, dog. Like, this is when, because I always think, like, Stephen A is, I think that nigga's, like, he has such a cheap way to say the Cowboys are what he says?
Because we know he likes to scream about how the Cowboys, you can't trust the Cowboys.
But he says something specific, and I'm trying to remember the way he says, dog.
Well, I mean, I know he's always talking about how the Cowboys
there's an accident
waiting to happen.
Right? The reason I feel like that's such a bullshit way, because we could win 15 games and then we just lose off a kickoff in the fucking Super Bowl. You can say, oh, the Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen. You're always going to give yourself a way out, right?
Right.
This is the one that's actually true. Once a week, we're an accident waiting to fucking happen, bro. Once a week. It doesn't matter where there's a muff pit. And this, like, okay, so boom. We muff a kick and we end up giving a safety against, which Zeke didn't even get touched. He actually crossed the ball, but they already called it. Whatever, fine. It's like, who catches the kickoff in the end zone and thinks they could take it out? When you have people, it's not like people were 35, 50 yards. Niggas was right next to you, bro. Why would you do that? You muffed the pump. Boom. Fucking Dak almost threw a pick on, hit somebody, his face mask that just popped up, bro. Like, it was Zeke not even doing shit. And then that's just the offense, bro. And mind you, the offense put up 31 points. The offense is not the issue, bro. It's the totality, bro. We don't work together.
No complimentary football.
No complimentary football.
Yeah.
Somebody is gonna fuck it up for everybody else, bro. It's like we're playing spades. I'm your partner. You're my partner, dog. I look at my hand. You look at your hand. I say I got about 5 bid. You say I'm gonna give 6. The defense is you.
Right.
You went and got fucking 8 books. Why, bro? You said you got 6, bro. What are you doing?
Right.
Just do your job.
Right. Do what you're supposed to
do.
Do
what you're supposed to do, bro. Yeah. You feel me? Nobody does that. If it's the offense fucking it up for the defense. If it's the defense fucking it up for special teams. If it's special teams fucking it up for everybody, bro.
And the thing with the Cowboys games, too, like, you guys have this, like, propensity to just eat. All your games are riveting because they're close. Like, even though the Falcons game started off even though the Falcons were up, I never believed it was going to end up a blowout. Because y'all just know, especially Dak. Like, Dak has the knack. Dak doesn't have the knack for completing comebacks. He just has the knack for coming back.
But at the same time,
he looks
though,
good doing it, though. He looked
here's
good.
the thing, though. Even with the Seahawks, as crazy as it sounds, we took the lead.
Right.
And we just immediately gave it back, bruh.
On a fucking bomb.
On a bomb.
On a fucking post route, nigga. I seen that. Or maybe it was a crossing.
It was
route.
a pass. It wasn't a crossing. It was a deep post.
Yeah.
It was literally DK Metcalf came from the left side of the field all the way to the right. That's impossible to get a touchdown on that, bro. You have to cross not one, but two safeties' face.
Right.
You don't score a touchdown. His purpose is to clear the safety to get you an underneath route. People who put like this. There was no way DK Metcalf was the primary on that fucking touchdown, bro.
He was not the primary.
You don't draw the play up like that, bro. You just hope the defense is stupid enough to let that happen, bro. And you just say, "Oh shit, they actually went for it. Oh fuck it."
Then that was his 5th touchdown too.
Oh my god,
that was his 5th touchdown of the day. It stings, But I mean, to y'all credit though, I mean, your opponents. Let's think about, because you got to put football in perspective. The Rams, who are the fucking Rams? The Rams were fucking down 28-3 at the half. They come back against the Bills, go up, and then they lose because Jared Goff is worse than Jared Allen at this point. You got the Rams, the Falcons. The Falcons got to be one of the most. I don't even know what to say about these niggas. Like, they're 0-3, but it's like, I don't want to say they deserve to be 0-3, and they don't at the same time. They really deserve to be 0-3 with how they've lost. But like, put it like this, their offense is ranked 6th in yards, but their defense is ranked 31st. And that's why they're 0-3. You know what I mean? You went up against one of the best offenses in football. And then you went up again against one of the best. Russ might win MVP this year. So, and Dak performed admirably. You guys had the lead, and then Russell Wilson, we play the Seahawks next week. I don't expect us to beat them niggas, bro. Like, Russell Wilson is playing out of his fucking mind.
He's playing out of his mind, bro. And the crazy part is, in going back to Russ, how we talk about our teams, but I've never am one to take credit away from another team. But at the end of the day, bro, you let Tyler Lockett get 3 touchdowns, bro, you deserve to lose. You let DK score a touchdown. He should have had 2. Trayvon Diggs made an incredible play to knock the ball out, and that's how we got a fucking touchback. But even then, bro, that was another bomb. That was another bomb. He was so open that he thought he was more open than he was, bro. And somebody just came behind him and knocked the ball out, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
He started to slow down 10 yards
Diggs
before he slowed down 10 yards before he got to the fucking end zone because he was that open, bro. So I have no hopes for this team, bro. I'm just gonna enjoy the ride, bro. It's just gonna be me.
Wait, who do you guys play next week?
Let me see, dog. It has to be somebody in the division, bro. It has to be, because we haven't played anybody in the division yet, dog. So
I'll tell you what, bro. You want to talk about having the sweetest division you could possibly be in? Like, y'all division is so caked that y'all probably gonna make the playoffs. Y'all definitely making the playoffs, bro.
Oh, we definitely made the playoffs. We played the fucking Browns, bro. So who knows, bro? Somebody's gonna be hurt. Like, speaking of my division, dog, the Redskins, terrible. Love it. And even worse than the Redskins are the Giants. And even worse than the Giants are the fucking Eagles. The Eagles and the Bengals, 2 teams played each other and neither of them won, bro. Them niggas still ain't got to win, bro.
You know that happened to them I think Donovan McNabb was on the Eagles when he found out about ties.
Yes.
And they tied against the Bengals. And these niggas have done that again together, bro. They have done this dance again, bro. No. And ties are so hideous. Like, why would, bro? I would rather take the L than tie. I'm going to keep it 100, bro. I'll take the L. I'd rather be 0-3 than 0-2-1.
Though the funny thing about it is, dog, like, somebody had to win that game, and neither of them won. Somebody was gonna come out with the win, and neither of them did. Like, what are the odds, bro? 2 winless teams, and they still don't win, bro. They played each other. What are the fucking odds, bro?
Only in the NFL, baby.
Only in the NFL, dog. Now both of them niggas is 0-2-1, bro. Like honestly, dog, and I'm so excited, bro, because Carson Wentz is just giving out picks that's a part of his bonus package,
my man has thrown 6 picks in 3 weeks, bro. That is not a good look, my guy.
Isn't his receiving core hurt though?
They were hurt last year.
The thing with it though is, like, it's a lot of it. Like, it's the receiving core, the offensive line isn't as good, but at the same time, this is who he always has been. It's gonna catch up to you, like, no matter who you are, like. back to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick's best season was with the Bills. That's the year before he got paid. I don't know what year it was. I don't know if it was 2014 or something like that. Around that time, he had the best season of his career. The Bills, for whatever reason, bought the fucking sauce and paid him, and he was immediately bad after that. But what people didn't really understand was Ryan Fitzpatrick was always who he was. He had interceptable passes. People just dropped him. People didn't drop him that next year. And that's the same thing that's happening with Carson Wentz right now. Last year, he had 26 interceptable passes. 26. The same passes that he was going to throw, the same picks he was throwing, niggas are just holding on to him this year, bro. This is who he is. He's just paying for it more than he's ever had to pay for it. Like he is a potential turnover machine. The other nigga in the fucking division, Daniel Jones, is a turnover machine, bro.
Him and Dwayne Haskins, bro. Like Dwayne Haskins' interceptions just like I know Ron Rivera's gonna die before the season. And I don't want to, and I don't want. I'm not saying that to be mean spirited, but you can't be a coach on an IV watching that nigga be your quarterback, dog. This nigga throws mind-boggling picks, bro. Like it's like, Dwayne, what are you looking at, kid?
And I'll do you one better. Like Daniel Jones, on average, bro. On average, this nigga has 30. He averages 2 turnovers a game, nigga. That's insane. That's insane, bro. He has 36 turnovers, bro, in like 20 games, bro. Like he averages 2 turnovers a game. Like you can't even process that, dog. Snap has 15 fumbles and 16 starts, bro. Like what are you talking about, bro? Like,
bro, the NFC East is a fucking mess, bro. It's such a mess, dog. And then the crazy thing is that they're such a mess that the best team in the division is a good team that can't win. How fucked up is that?
We're 1-2, and we're by far the best team in the division, bro. Like easily the best team in the division, dog. Like, and it's not even close. Like, even who did Washington beat?
They beat the Eagles.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So you know they the worst.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, listen, that's the only saving grace is my defense.
I think the Giants is the worst, man.
Oh no. The thing with the Giants are like the Giants could have like 2 or 3 drives where they look like a competent team. You never say that about the Eagles. You never say that about Washington, bro. Washington only look competent against the fucking Eagles, bro. Eagles look competent against. Well, they had some times, but then they just blow it. So you might be right. Like the Giants actually never look good, bro. You're right because the Giants lost to Nick Mullins. They lost what 29-6?
Yeah, 20. I think it was 29-9.
Bro, yeah, you're right, bro. It's the Giants, bro. They literally lost. They let Nick Mullins drop 325 yards on their head, bro. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be easy, but like I said, bro, that's the only saving grace. But it's not even a saving grace to me because we are supposed to be so much better than this. It's not even about better than my division. We're supposed to be competing as one of the best teams in the NFC. Like we should be the Packers, bro. Like we should be the fucking Cardinals before they lost to the fucking Lions.
And
bro.
you shown flashes of that. Like there's no like that's why I wasn't mad. Like when I didn't watch the games, but when I was watching the like highlights and whatnot of what happened, to watch how y'all lost, I was like, damn, that sucks. Because honestly, man, if it wasn't for the sloppy play in the beginning, my nigga, these are games that you should win. You feel me? Like you could have beat Seattle, and you should have got this game, and you actually came back on. Like you have everything you need. Now it's just tying everything up. Well, will it be done? I don't know.
Listen, bro. Like, if we gotta ask, will it be tightened up? Like, trust me, that's the same question I've been asking, or Cowboys fans have been asked and asking for well over 20 years, bro. Like when we was at the depths in the early 2000s, where we had the Drew Hensons and the Quincy Carters of the world and that stuff, we were just bad because we were bad, bro. But ever since we had Tony Romo, we drafted Tony Romo in I think 2006. And
well, he was undrafted, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was undrafted.
Right.
But yeah, undrafted rookie. I think 2006. It's either 2004 or 2006. I know he got his first start in 2006. From the day that nigga muffed the fucking kick, or not the muff the kick, but fucked up his the hold and and it's crazy because it's like that's followed him his whole legacy. And before that, because remember, the backup quarterback, who he was, usually is the one who goes out there to hold it. He was our starting quarterback. It was just rare that he just happened to do it, but he was the most experienced at doing it. And for whatever reason, he never fucked it up. He flubbed it, and he picked it up. He tried to run, and he got his slow ass hawk down from behind, bro. And since then, since that fucking playoff game against the Seahawks, ironically, against the freaking Seahawks, we've been asking, when are we going to just bring it all together? So, Stephen A., you are right. We are just an accident waiting to happen, dog.
Oh, man.
Any other games that you want to touch on before we get to the basketball? There was a lot of interesting games. Like, there's a little couple of things I want to talk about just before that.
What game? Because I actually found myself kind of immersed in all the games. Oh man, fucking Kirk Cousins, 0-3. God, the $84 million quarterback, still trash.
You got an extension, so
yeah, he got an extension. Remember? Yeah, he got an extension. He good.
Y'all know what it was?
I think it was another 2 years for like 30. It doesn't matter, bro. It's all lottery money now, bro. It's all fucking. It's shit that you wouldn't even imagine a quarterback making just 2 or 3, 4 years ago, bro. So
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like the premium has just shot the fuck up, dude. Like, so yeah, I was surprised at I'm surprised, but not surprised that the Texans are 0-3. Like,
oh my god, bro! I was rooting for Deshaun and it was a good game overall. Like the Steelers and Texans, it was a back and forth game, but it's just like, damn, Deshaun, y'all couldn't score a point in the second half. Not a point, bro.
Crazy.
Come on, bro.
This is the year that Bill O'Brien goes.
He has to go. They need, bro. If that second half didn't scream, we need D-Hop more than anything in the world. I don't know what did. And speaking of D-Hop, my man Kyler Murray was out here throwing picks like Fitz, man. I was fucking just throwing picks all over the field because y'all not supposed to lose to the Lions, bro.
You're not, bro. And the thing about that game, though, like the Lions was doing everything in their power to give that back, bro. They wanted to lose, bro. Yeah, nobody wanted to win, but somebody had to. Unless you're the Bengals or the Eagles, bro. Unless you're the Bengals and the Eagles. But going back to the Bengals and the Eagles real quick. So I remember, like, I'm not going to say I killed Joe Burrow last week. I just made observations.
Right.
And they were fair observations. Now, I will say this. That boy got the worst O-line I've seen since David Carr in 2003. That shit is atrocious.
Bro.
That shit is atrocious.
The Bengals O-line, it kind of makes sense why Andy Dalton was so bad behind them niggas, bro.
But here's the thing, though. Like, I watched enough to know there's a lot of things at play. The O-line is atrocious, right? But he's playing better than he should be and not as good as he should be at the same time. Because now I'm really starting to see two flaws. One is fixable, one is not. The fixable flaw is his I think because he's coming from college, right? And he had the second best team in college. Best team as far as most just talent everywhere, that was Alabama. It's always going to be Alabama, right? But Tua got hurt. So his team became the best team. He could throw to a wide receiver, and it's a crossing route. Doesn't matter whether it's first down, second down, or third down. It could be fourth down. He's going to throw to a receiver behind the line of scrimmage or behind where the first down marker is, and his receiver 9 times out of 10 is going to beat his man so bad that he's going to get the yards to get the first down.
Right.
He throws on third down just to throw the ball, as opposed to, yeah, that person might be open. Yeah, I can make that throw, but I got to keep this drive going. He's just going to throw it, which is a part of the reason why they tied. You feel me? Because there were so many 3 and outs, or there are some times where he would just throw short of the sticks just to make that completion. You feel me? That's fixable. You can say, you know what? I have to throw. I got to keep drives open. The shit that's not fixable, though, is that boy's spatial awareness. That nigga don't see nobody coming, dog.
You know what? I've seen a quarterback like that. His name was Tannehill at Miami. No fucking awareness, nigga. None whatsoever.
Like, he has none. Like, there's so many times where you'll see somebody just come and he doesn't even think twice because that person doesn't exist there, dog.
Bro, he doesn't feel the rush at all.
He doesn't feel the rush like he should.
Right.
Like, unless it comes up in his gut. If it's coming from the side, he doesn't step up to the pocket. And granted, half the time there is no pocket. But to me, I think that's gonna hurt him because he made the mistake that Baker Mayfield made. And Baker Mayfield's a worse athlete than him. So that should tell you something. You're not getting away from these dudes, bro. Nope. Like, there were times where he tried to, and there's one play where he shook two people. I was like, that's a great play. No, that should have never happened because that's going to give you false hope, homeboy. You ain't got hips like that, dog. You're not Lamar, bro.
Right.
You're not Kyler Murray, bro. You're not Russell Wilson. Like, you're none of these dudes, bro. You're not even Patrick Mahomes to a certain extent. And Patrick Mahomes is the ugliest, most ugly mobile nigga I've ever seen.
Well, his scrambles are so ugly, man.
But they're so effective, dog.
They're always effective. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know. It reminds me of like Darren Williams and his crossover back in the day. He had the slowest fucking crossover, but it got niggas.
It got there all the time. It got niggas all the time. And it wasn't even flat. It wasn't even like setting up. It was boom, boom. And niggas are going, these fucking ankles broke, bro. Niggas,
like, what are you seeing on the court?
Niggas' whole ACLs is gone, bro. Off a slow ass crossover, bro. Like, it's like it got to be something that you got to see in person. Because as me as a nigga on the couch, I'm like, bro, that's never gonna get me. I don't give a fuck how many professional athletes get crossed. That's not crossing me. What are y'all niggas looking at? Like,
oh my god.
Like, what are you niggas looking at? But yeah, that's the same thing. So I think that is gonna be, if something holds him back from being a really, really, really good player, it's that. Because at the end of the day, like, you have to step into the pocket. There's so many times where lesser quarterbacks get sacked that great quarterbacks don't get sacked. And they'll have the same situation, same circumstance. Right. What made Tom Brady lethal is that nigga stepped up in the pocket. The way he moved in the pocket was like ballet, bro.
Bro, his pocket awareness, his pocket presence, his pocket movement. Like, bro, it's just, he can subtly beat the rush.
Prime Tom Brady is the best pocket, like not his ability to move in general, but his ability to move in that
to manipulate his movement in the pocket.
That 2 or 3 yard box, that fucking that phone booth. Tom Brady's the best I've ever seen. Like, it'll literally be one slide to the step, bro, and boom. You feel me? He has to pick that shit up. Right. So I think that's the only thing. But something that was encouraging about him and just shows his accuracy. He had the second highest percentage of completed passes to covered receivers, which 22% of his passes were to people who were covered. That means that within a yard, there was a cornerback on that. His wide receivers are trash, and that's including AJ Green, bro. All of them are trash, bro.
Yeah, no one's getting open.
Nobody's getting open.
No separation.
And Zach Taylor's not helping his coach. Zach Taylor ran a play. This might be one of the dumbest formations I've ever seen.
Zach Taylor was on my he was a nepotism hire. He was a Dolphins special team. You think that guy? You think that guy, bro? He was not special teams. He was even worse. He was a quarterbacks coach, bro. Bro, come on, bro. Zach Taylor, he was a fucking.
There was one play.
Fucking bum.
There was one play.
Yeah.
There was one play, bro, and it was one of the worst designs I've ever seen, bro. Like, how do you complete? Like, put like this. The wide receiver, usually when two receivers end up and occupy the same space, somebody ran the wrong route. The wide receivers ran the route too confidently for both of them niggas to fuck up. That was in the playbook, bro. And because he had both his receivers going to the same direction, running the same route, but at different depths, one just ran it at 10 yards, somebody ran it at 20. All the fucking defenders were there, bro. Where's your quarterback going to go with this ball, dog? You literally brought every single defender on all the defensive backs to the same area, bro. Like, you asking for this nigga to throw a pick, bro. You feel me? So Joe Burrow is working against his own offensive line. He's working against his running backs. He's working against his receivers. He's working against his own coach. Nobody cares about this man except for himself, bro. And he's winning all. He's completing passes and not throwing picks off of sheer brilliance and willpower, dog.
Nah, you know, the one thing, if I'm a Bengals fan, as much of a shit show as the whole car is around him, he's gonna be a good driver. I think he's gonna be a good driver, bro. Like, he just needs a new car.
Yeah, 100%, dog. All right, so anything else? I'm trying to think. What was another interesting game? Like Josh Allen.
The Sunday night game was actually pretty good.
See, the thing with the Sunday night game is it was pretty good, but then, man, dude, I never thought I'd see it, bro. It's like you either live long enough to see yourself, or you either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Drew Brees isn't a villain. That nigga just washed, bro. Yeah, and it hurts me, dog. It hurts my soul because...
Bro, the Saints aren't throwing more than like 5 yards, bro.
It hurts, bro. It hurts somebody who I went out of my way to watch prime Drew Brees, where he literally put the entire offense on his back and carried some of the worst teams that you get. Like, average quarterback on those 7-9, 8-8 fucking Saints teams would go win 2 games, bro. Like, he'll get you 5 games just by himself because he's that fucking good, dog.
Right.
That ain't this nigga, and that hurts me, bro.
It's not. It
hurts my soul, bro.
He's checked down Charlie now, bro.
That hurts, bro.
Granted, he has Alvin Kamara, who, if you're gonna check it down,
that's the dude to check it down to, dog.
You know.
So yeah, with that game, that was just okay. So seeing Aaron Rodgers still at the top of his fucking powers, like he found what's the labyrinth pit? Fucking Razzle Guga.
Lazarus Pit.
Yeah, bro. Like seeing him going to the labyrinth pit.
He's had a rebirth, bro.
He had a rebirth, and seeing him just be unfucking believable, like. Just pinpoint accurate, like 2014, 2015 Aaron Rodgers.
I think the Packers draft. Maybe I'm wrong here, but maybe Matt LaFleur had a diabolical plan to piss off Rodgers so that he would just play out of his fucking mind because he wasn't happy about them drafting Jordan Love. Like,
and Aaron Rodgers, if you know anything about Aaron Rodgers, he's the pettiest quarterback that has ever played in the NFL.
King Petty, bro.
He's the pettiest of all time.
Hey, why do niggas get away? Well. But nonetheless, why do dudes think it's cool to be petty, bro?
Well, the thing is, you got to understand, like, that is a transferable skill to football. Because the same thing that makes you petty is from a point of competitiveness. It just spills into pettiness in different aspects, depending on what it is. You can't have a great quarterback that's not a competitive quarterback.
Right.
And because a quarterback has to be competitive to be great, they're also going to be petty, bro. Like, it's just by nature. It's by design. Like, you can't have it other way. Like, if you don't have a quarterback who's not some type of petty in some way, your quarterback's a fucking bum. He's not even going to be in the NFL, dog. Like, right. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is probably the most cookie cutter, he couldn't even hide it. That's where the infamous, you like that? You like that? You feel me? That's where that came from.
Right.
He was hype, and he was talking to specifically one person. He was talking to the Washington Redskins' own GM. You feel me? Because they were because that's when they didn't want to give him that contract. They kept fucking franchising him. That's a form of petty. Like, whether it's warranted or not. Like, at the end of the day, like, you just got to understand. If you're a quarterback, your quarterback's going to be petty. But Aaron Rodgers is just on a different level, bro. Like, he's petty about everything, bro. If you tell him, dog, his shoe is one size too big, bro, he's going to hate you for life, dog. Like, he's just a different cat, bro. Like,
he is, man.
Like, it's just different with him. But back to the larger point, you're seeing all these people. Like, I'm seeing Drew Brees be Peyton Manning in 2015, and it hurts, bro. It hurts.
The Saints. People keep talking. All these analysts keep saying, "Oh, the Saints are going to be one of the best teams." I'm looking at the Saints. I'm just like, I don't know. Since the second half of that game against the Bucks, Drew's looking kind of old, man.
Well, how much of it would be that if he had Michael Thomas?
Michael Thomas is a great Band-Aid, but you can't hide that wound, bro. That age
but
wound,
it's kind of like how Diggs helped the fucking Kirk Cousins.
No. Oh, Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, so
I'll give you
Michael Thomas.
But here's the thing, though. Kirk Cousins has always been who he's been. Drew Brees used to make Michael Thomas. There was never a wide receiver who made Drew Brees.
Right.
Like,
I don't know. I can go off of last year, and Michael Thomas is a big reason why he. Like, the nigga catch 80% or 90% of his.
Here's the thing, though. Michael Thomas is a great quarterback. Like, Michael Thomas is a great receiver. That's not even even when Drew Brees was hurt and they had Teddy, he still got his. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, the larger point is, throughout Drew Brees' tenure with the Saints, he made receivers. There's never been a receiver that made him.
Bro, do people remember who Marquise Colston was outside of New Orleans?
Ted Ginn is the best. The best Ted Ginn was with Drew Brees.
Yep.
The best Jimmy Graham was with Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Marquise Colston, Drew Brees. Now, that nigga needs Michael Thomas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what it is when you get older, fam.
Tell that to Thomas Brady. Nigga, Tom Brady got a fucking cannon, nigga.
Oh, my God. I mean, I'm not saying no, but there's a lot of talent around him, fam.
No, that has nothing to do with his arm strength, though. I don't care who you're throwing to. Arm strength.
Tom is slinging that ball.
No,
bro.
dude. His arm is stronger than it was last year. If you watch the Bucks, that shit come out like a cannon, bro.
No, what I was going to say is Drew Brees never really had a cannon.
But Drew Brees never had a noodle. Like that nigga got a fucking a water gun right now. He cannot throw 20 yards, bro. Like,
bro, if you watch the game against the Packers, granted he did a damn good job. I mean, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns. But he did it by throwing 8 yards here, 5 yards here. Like, bro, he was just nickel and diamond.
The
whole game.
And it's hard to nickel and dime because once teams figure out that you're not going to throw deep, you feel me? They're going to make it insufferable for you. It's just press man the whole way, bro.
Right.
You feel me? Because they have no fear of you going over the top, dog. It's just gonna get harder and harder for the Saints, bro. Like going forward, the Saints are 1-2. Like, let's not forget that they're 1-2. Like they already lost 2 games. Saints don't never lose 2 games out of 3 this early in the season, bro. Right. So it's gonna be a bad year for the Saints, dog. And because Drew Brees is that, Tom Brady is the complete opposite. Tom Brady is throwing niggas fucking niggas breaking fingers out there, dog.
What a fucking dog! Like, he really is the GOAT quarterback, bro. How could you be this old and you still throwing this hard?
Nigga, listen, bro.
Wait, who can he, bro?
No, it's not like that, but it's just if you see the ball, like, dude, there was one play that he threw to fucking Chris Godwin, bro. Bruh, I couldn't even follow the ball, bro. Like, this shit it just hit Chris Godwin's head so fast. I'm like, where did it go, bro? Like, this shit came out like a slingshot, bro.
You know what it is? To what you said about Aaron Rodgers, petty.
Yes.
But Tom Brady might be the pettiest quarterback ever. Like, that nigga has something to prove this year, bro. And he's showing it, bro.
That's why I said last week, bro. Like, if the Bucks, like, this is why they needed, like, it helps that their schedule is easy because they needed the easier schedule to get all things together. But if they click, bro, it's gonna be hard to stop them. Just for the fact that they have so many ways to attack you. They could attack you and nickel and dime you. They could fucking go deep. It's ironic that Mike Evans is getting the Tom Brady experience because that nigga had all touchdowns but only had 2 yards, bro. So Tom Brady is that just because you Mike Evans don't mean he gonna get the ball. You not Randy Moss now. Like, right. You feel me? So, he has weapons and all you got to do is get open. You feel me? There's certain niggas that will never get another pass with Tom Brady, and that's because of the game against Carolina. There's 2 people that will never get a pass with Tom Brady ever again. The nigga who dropped the fucking touchdown.
The Grayson kid,
and the nigga who literally ran an awful route and let the football hit him in the face mask, dog. So, besides that, though, yeah, bro, I'm still bullish on the Bucks, man. But that's it for week 3 of football. I'm excited for week 4. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that. But we have other things. We're already an hour in, so we got to go ahead and talk about basketball. So,
yes, sir.
All right. Heat, Lakers.
Oh, no. Can we start with Doc, man?
No, yeah, for sure. We can start with Doc. Because the thing is, I just want to talk about it like it's not really much to say. Like, it is what it is.
It's not like we know all the minute details and stuff.
I will say this, though. I'm sick to my stomach, bro. The Heat, not to win, just to make the finals, were a 75-1 odds, bro. That means that they were plus 7,500, bro. That means if you bet $100, you would have made $7,500 if you just bet them to make the finals before the season started, bro. That is a gut punch.
And you know, there's that one like crazy fan that did it.
Of course,
there's always that crazy fan who's like, "Yo, we going this year," and then that nigga is eating right now, and it's been Corona. Heavy. He's probably spent his stimulus.
That nigga's eating heavy. Think about it. If you bet $1,000, bro, $1,000, that ticket alone would have brought you back $75,000, bro. 75-1. That's what 75-1 is. Like, it just hurts, bro. It just hurts so hard.
That shit made me want to just bet on a team next year and cross my fingers, bro. Like, I'm gonna just study everything I can study and just be like, y'all niggas going to the finals next year. I'm putting 100 on it.
Yeah, but like I said, we'll touch more on them when the actual season starts, because it's like, I know there's a lot of people who are Heat fans, so they're gonna be disappointed that we're not really talking about the Heat. But I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't watch enough, so I don't want to just incorrectly like we'll discuss the games when they actually happen. I'm just proud of the Heat. I'm happy that they did it. It's ironic that they're going against LeBron, but LeBron fans, and I'm to a larger extent, I'm a huge LeBron fan. Like, I defend LeBron. I've been a LeBron fan ever since the 2015 finals. Like, that's when it flipped. Like, 100%. Like, but there is an annoyance because there's this idea, when he leaves your team, you're fucking done and you'll never be good again. You know what I'm saying?
No. The problem is that would never happen to Miami. Miami had a few years of being barely borderline a playoff team. So I understand that. But we have a great GM, bro. We have somebody that runs the organization correctly. And I knew eventually they'll build up a good team. And I knew Jimmy Butler was a good addition, bro. But, saying that I thought, oh, man, they going to the finals? That was crazy. That was crazy to me. I was like, even in the last time we talked on the pod all together, I was like, man, I got to see it to believe it. Because what I realized is Jimmy Butler is the best player on the team, but Bam is literally right next to him. Dragic is really
man.
right
People
next
forget that Dragic before he started getting hurt all the time. That nigga was an all-star.
Fool, man.
And he's been their most consistent offensive player.
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
Yes, sir.
I say this about the Heat, bro, and I think this matchup is a lot more interesting than even people even realize because if there's any teams that LeBron-led teams have struggled against in finals before, it's teams like the Heat. Like, think about the Spurs teams that he's faced. Think about the Warriors teams that he faced. Granted, the Warriors is kind of unfair because it was 2 years with KD, but even prior to that, it was 2 tough finals. I think this finals matchup, man, I think this has all the, honestly, this matchup is like a match made in heaven because it's almost like, it's like 2 old friends who decided to split off and do things their own way have finally come back to meet again, bro. LeBron, Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra has his team, his superstar-less team, because I don't consider Jimmy Butler
he's not
a superstar. He's a star player. He's an all-star.
Yeah.
All-NBA player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not a superstar, but you don't need that from a team like the Heat. And I think that's what's been so special about the Heat is that, bro, Tyler Hero had no business scoring 37 points in that one game. You get Duncan Robinson getting off last game. It's like every game somebody else gets off. And teams like that are dangerous, nigga, because you never know who the fuck is going to be the one to fucking screw your night. And then you have the consistency of guys like Dragic. You have the consistency of Jimmy Butler. Maybe not scoring-wise, but Jimmy Butler always brings that effort, always plays good on defense. Bam, same shit. Like, the Heat, man, like, this is going to be a better finals matchup, I think, than people realize, bro.
See, what I would like to get off is more of like, I really hope. I don't want to see the Lakers win, bro. I really don't. I can't.
You know what it is with me, dog?
I cannot. That's why I wish the Nuggets beat them. They didn't. And I don't like the Heat against them. I hate how people think it's just a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. I think the Heat have too much heart for it just to be a gentleman's sweep. It's either going 6 or 7.
If it goes 6, they're not winning, bro.
Here's the thing.
6, if the Heat win that series, I can't see them beating LeBron in less than 7 games, bro. That's just, I mean, I don't know. What the fuck do I know? That's just how I feel.
No, I understand that, but this is what I would say. This is why I thought the Nuggets can beat them. Because they can't shoot. And fucking, they can't defend the 3. And I know that that's the Heat's best thing, bro. As much as I thought, oh, man, these niggas just attacking the buckets. Nah, nigga. They've been just fucking being wet. Everybody's making their shot, bro. Literally, everybody's shooting 37% or higher, fam. From 3, dog.
That Heat 3-point shooting is on steroids, man.
Here's the thing. Like, if the Heat were as, like, because they're a really great team. Like, I'm not going to say great team because they haven't done anything. They haven't won a championship yet. They're a really good team, right? And this could either go 2 ways. This could be either the Lakers just dominate because they just supposed to, or this is the 2014 Spurs, or was it 2014?
2014, yeah.
2014 Spurs, which is the most beautiful basketball I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
Ever.
To this day.
And
I'm a Warriors fan, and I can say that, bro. Like that basketball they played that season, especially in that finals.
Yeah, that was a butchering. Or this could be the 2004 Pistons, bro, where it's just a team that has no business winning, but then you realize they just do everything right and eventually it's going to win out. Now, I could see where the Lakers win at 5. I could see where the Heat win at 6. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting because I think a lot of people really don't understand that this entire bubble has been about matchups.
Yep.
This is not like you're saying, like this is a stylistically like the Heat ain't missing those fucking shots that the Lakers gave up to the Nuggets, bro. They ain't no Jeremy Grant out there, bro. Like, ain't no fucking
Gary
Harris out there, nigga. The fuck?
Fucking Paul Millsap.
And then there's something that the Heat have that no other team had outside of the Clippers, and the Clippers are bitch made, so they didn't even make it to play the fucking Heat. The Heat have legitimately dudes that nobody could guard LeBron. That person has never been. That person was created.
Right.
They have people that can make it harder for LeBron. And that's all you got to do, bro.
Yeah.
Just make it just a little bit harder, dog.
They have the people and the coach.
Yes.
Wait.
Because there's proven history when LeBron, since he's left Miami, he's had some matchups against, whether it was with the Cavs or even with the Lakers. Even I think this year when they played the Heat, they played him well. Like Spo played with that nigga for 4 years. He knows everything LeBron likes to do, how he likes to play. So he's going to try to scheme around ways to annoy him because you can't stop him.
You can't stop him.
Can't stop a nigga. Now, the thing with the Lakers is they have 2 niggas you really don't have an answer for. Like, AD stops himself, bro.
See, but that's what I was about to say. How you feel about the AD and Bam?
I like that a lot, just for the fact that Bam is the only person that could guard AD wherever he goes. Because of what made AD so hard, like with the Rockets, they put PJ Tucker on AD, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
he had like one half where you could like root for him, bro. Like, yeah, PJ, you doing your thing, PJ.
Like, I got the most respect for PJ Tucker out of anybody in the entire league, bro. Like, this man literally got on his knees and got in defensive position against a nigga that's 6'11", nigga, and you 6'4". Like you did.
You got lower.
And you got lower.
You got lower to defend him. Like, imagine.
And you tried your hardest, right? Bam could go anywhere that AD goes because he could guard him in the post, he could guard him at a 3, he could guard him in transition. So I like that matchup better than whatever matchup they have for LeBron. Your best bet is to see if you have the like they literally traded for Andre Iguodala just if this by chance this shit happened, bro.
Bro, that's so fucking. I was thinking about that last night watching the game. I was like, I see Iggy out there, and I'm just like, bro, Iggy's gonna be guarding LeBron again in the finals with help again with Jimmy Butler, with Jay Crowder. They're gonna have bodies to throw at LeBron. They're not gonna be able to stop him, but it's gonna be.
If you were gonna have somebody, bro, you need to have somebody who's literally played this man in the past 4 straight finals, bro.
Not only that, this nigga won a Finals MVP because of that.
Exactly. Is he the same person he was 4 years ago, 3 years ago? Not even 2 years ago. However, he has literally played this man for the past 4 straight finals. This is going to be the 4th straight finals. So he scouted him. He knows exactly where he's going to be. You feel me? And that in itself is just invaluable, bro. That's worth the $15 million, bro.
Bye, Justice. Bye.
By itself. That's worth the $15 million because there's nobody else. Him and Spo, Pat Riley can't give you that kind of information. Nobody. Like, he's going to be like, I know where this guy likes to go. This will be the 4th fucking time that I played this man in the finals, bro. Like, right. You feel me? So there's a lot of ways for this to go. But I'm just excited. And I like this to me, I just want to give it a day. Like, give it a game, give it 2 games. 2 games, and I'm going to be like, oh, I know what's going to happen.
Right.
I need 2 games because if it was 1 game, bro, the fucking Lakers would have lost to the fucking Portland Trailblazers.
Right.
And people actually said that shit. But hey, look how time hits you, bro. Time moves fast. But let's get to the actual star of the show. Something I'm so happy, I'm elated about. Gerson is just unbelievably joyous about. Gerson, go ahead, bro. What happened today, Gerson?
Listen, man, finding out that Doc Rivers got fired, I was way more excited than when PG joined. Because I didn't know that he lost 3-1 lead 3 times. I forgot I didn't know about the Magic back then. I didn't know that shit. I was like, motherfucker, you did it twice.
Well, that was the one where T-Mac was just like talking about the second round when they were up 3-1 and they lose the next 3 games.
But listen, man, this is what you got to understand. I am not a Clippers fan. I am a Kawhi fan. Kawhi let me down this playoffs, and it hurts. But I cannot blame him because I knew he was around dumpster fire, bro. So, like, me knowing that, man, it hurt when they lost, man. I didn't even want to watch TV. I didn't want to hear Skip and Bayless. I didn't want to hear Nick Wright, man. I didn't want to say it. Like when y'all said, oh, man, the Clippers disappointed me already, fam. When they lost to the Rockets up 3-1, fam. But I was like, Kawhi can change this. He couldn't, bro.
Nah.
And at the end of the day, Doc, there's a lot of times I was like, what the fuck y'all niggas doing, man? And it's just, I know that it was Doc's idea, bro. And
lack thereof. Like, Doc to me just looks like a nigga who's just like, man, y'all niggas better figure it out. Like, that's how he always looks to me, bro.
To me, that's one of the dumbest things. Like, what I always found interesting about the Phil Jackson Lakers and the Spurs, like prime Spurs, right? Nigga, you could go on a 4-0 run, nigga. Greg Popovich is calling timeout. He's like, fuck this. I'm nipping this shit in the bud now. I'm nipping this shit in the bud now. I would watch Doc, like, you see your team drowning, bro, and you're just like, you're gonna let them figure out for what, nigga?
Your job is to make sure that they get back together, bro. That you recollect them.
Dog, I used to literally at one point think that Phil Jackson had like an extra 3 timeouts. I'm like, how does this man always get these timeouts? Where, like, because he did like
he's so strategic about when he calls them.
Very strategic. Like the minute he feels like there's a team is gaining momentum, they could go on like a quick 6-0 run, timeout, bump. You feel me? Let's what's it called? Let's
regroup. Yeah.
Let's regroup. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's play basketball. You feel me? I love this and I love it for a bunch of reasons. It's very layered. One, because and I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to be like, I have to be objective about this. Doc is a black man. Cool. I respect him as a black man.
Nah, man, listen, bro. He done such a horrible job. You cannot support a black man.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, though, but I'm not going to cape for him because this is what I've been saying about Doc Rivers for years. There's one thing that you can't do in my eyes, bro, and be you can't be a coach who doesn't coach, bro. Right. Like, at the end of the day, you have to coach. Like, he did not coach this team at all. And that's a part of the reason why I always could never truly trust the Clippers. I could never trust them because I said, there's 2 things that's going on right now. These niggas don't run plays, bro. They just play fucking street ball and fucking in NBA gear, dog.
Bro, do you want to know what the Clippers offense was this year? It was give it to Kawhi, let him ISO figure it out. Give it to PG, let him ISO figure it out. Lou Williams, Montrez, pick and roll. That's their offense, nigga. That's their fucking offense, bro. Like,
right.
Come on, bro. Like, that. No, how can you win like that?
My point was they played better without each other. I never thought they were better without Kawhi than with PG. But nonetheless, like, PG really fucked up this chemistry. I understand. And I told you about Morris, man. He finally showed up. It really showed, but nonetheless, they can't win. Like, I really think they had a better chance if PG wasn't on the team. Like,
probably, but the problem with PG is, like, you don't get Kawhi without PG, so there's nothing to even talk about, dog. Like,
but that's Kawhi's fault, man.
That's fair enough.
Kawhi knew, bro.
This is how I know this nigga can't stand PG, because out of nowhere you hear this shit, and it's ironic and it's a coincidence when Jimmy Butler's having the best postseason of his career or whatever, right? And which is overrated because Jimmy Butler was not great in a lot of games on this, but he just did a lot of shit on the, like, there were times where this nigga was like the 4th best player out there, bro. Like,
no. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. One of the best things that happened, I could point at, and I forgot
because I don't want to go back and
I forgot what series it was. It's just like he's gonna always make the right play, like either it's defensively or anything like that. And that's why he's the leader, bro. I understand why people would look at his points, his outcome, but he's really telling them boys where the fuck.
Yeah, for sure. And that leadership matters. Think about it. The last time the Wolves went to the playoffs, Jimmy Butler was there. The
Sixers went what? They went 7 games against the winning Raptors.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
With him there.
They made it out the first round with him. The Bulls, last time they went to the playoffs with Jimmy Butler. So yeah, that's why I say he's having his best postseason as a great leader of men. You know what I'm saying? But it's ironic that there was an article that leaked that said Kawhi's first choice was Jimmy Butler. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. That never was a choice, nigga. He is trying to distance himself from fucking Paul George. There's nothing you could do, right?
Yeah, y'all stuck hip to hip.
Nah, not really. He can go.
No,
they're both at the same. No,
Paul George can go. Like
they're both on 2-1s. They're both on 2-1. So they're on 3-year contracts, but they're technically 2-year contracts. So they're both with each other for one more year, and then they can opt out the following year. They both got the same contract.
I think Kawhi's definitely gonna stay. I don't know if Paul George does.
Well, here's the thing about it, right? So this is why I love that this happened, because one, it showed that what I've been saying is true. This nigga don't coach. And two, it shows that his players don't want him no more. Because if you know the same person, Chris Haynes, and Chris Haynes works for Yahoo, and Chris Haynes is connected. Like, there's certain people that if you get a story from them, they getting it from they're not getting it from the next person, and it just goes down the line. They getting it from literally close, like one person away, which is basically that person. So they said, as soon as Chris Haynes said Doc Rivers is safe, they're going to bring it back next year. I mean, they're going to bring it back for next year. What, a week later, Doc got fired? Somebody made a call, bro. Whether it was Kawhi or somebody, they said, he got to go.
No, but what I would say, that's why I didn't want the Lakers to win. If the Lakers win and the Clippers didn't even make it to the Western Conference, someone had to get fired. I was begging for him to get fired, and when they was like, "Nah, we gotta bring him back," I was disappointed, bro. But hearing this news, bro, it shot life into me, dog.
I'm telling you, somebody it most likely it was Kawhi. It was like he realized, and that's the beauty of when you come from actual structure.
And he was with Popovich and Nick Nurse.
Yes,
so he's had 2 good coaches. So imagine going from those 2 guys, those 2 strategic minds, to fucking figure it out, Doc.
And that's what he said. He was just like a lot of low IQ basketball, but we weren't playing smart. That's not that's going to your coaching, bro. That's coaching. That's basically saying our coach is trash.
That's an indictment on the coach.
That's an indictment on the coach, bro. So you, from the same person that said he's safe, and then that same person reports that he got fired, man, you know what it was, bro. Kawhi made that motherfucking call. Kawhi got the most secure motherfucking backdoor fucking phone of all time, bro. This nigga do so much shit in silence, boy.
Man,
I'm
convinced Kawhi was the dark web, man.
That boy makes shit happen, bro. Allegedly. Let's say allegedly, bro. Because our podcast is small, but God forbid this ever makes it. So allegedly he got fucking Doc fired, bro. So you feel me? That's just how I feel about this shit, dog. Because at the end of the day, bro, you can't have that collection of talent, bro. DeAndre Jordan in his prime, Blake Griffin in his prime, Chris Paul.
Not even make it to the conference finals,
bro.
See, that shit pissed. Right when you said that shit pissed me off. Because I remember when I was rooting for that team, the Lob City, bro. I was rooting for them, bro. When they lost that 3-1 round, I knew they'll never get back from that. Come back from that.
It's hard to come back from that, man.
This shit just as much talent as this man didn't have, and then everyone talks about how well he is when he doesn't have talent. Outside of the fact when he had Ray Allen, fucking Paul Pierce, and
Kevin Garnett and Rondo,
bro. Outside of that, fam, the nigga never like done anything worthwhile, bro. And I knew he was trash. I know I blame Paul George, but watching that series, man, watching them against Dallas, watching them against fucking the Nuggets, bro.
Honestly, watching the Clippers lose to Denver made me think, like, man, I wonder if this would have happened sooner if they went up against a healthy Porzingis, bro. Because remember, they kind of struggled when that nigga was in the game.
I think here's the funny thing though. I think if they would have lost to the Mavs and they would have just lost convincingly, like it was like a 4-2, like damn, it was upsetting. It would have been bad because it would have been a first round loss, right? It's the fact that they lost 3 straight games when they were up double digits. That is, to me, you can't do that.
Bro,
like,
that's inexcusable.
That's
bro.
inexcusable. Like, you could say it's Kawhi. Like, you could say that, yeah, Game 7, Kawhi, Paul George, and Lou Williams combined for 31 points, bro. LeBron James had 38 points by himself, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say all that at the end of the day, but as a coach, your job is to get your team in the best position to win. Like, go ahead.
What I would say is, you know how bad you have to be as a coach that normal people could sit there and be like, damn, they got a bad coach, bro. Like, you got to understand the fact that it was frustrating to watch Zubac switch off a fuck. Why are you switching, bro? Why? And I'm like, why is Doc not changing this, bro?
Because a bad coach doesn't change because they don't know how to change. Like, that's what made Phil Jackson. Like, Phil Jackson Phil Jackson believed in the system, but he knew how to get the best plays within that system. Greg Popovich was an amoeba. He was whatever you need me to be, whoever I got, I'm going to be able to generate points. Doc Rivers is, I know how to do this. I'm going to tell you how to do this. And if they defend it, then, hey, bro, y'all, bro. That's who he
Seriously,
is.
you know, like, how many times did we see Doc Rivers, like, the Nuggets are going on a run, bro. They're going on like a 22-6 run after the Clippers have been up by like 10 points, and Doc is just sitting there with his arms crossed, just looking around. Like, what the fuck are you getting paid for, nigga? Like, fucking get up and get the fucking whiteboard and draw some shit up.
Think about it. Ironically, right? The best coaching job that Doc Rivers had was because now you realize in hindsight, Tom Thibodeau was the actual coach in the shadows, bro. He was a shadow coach, bro. And they won a championship. And then what did his protege do? Take a not even that great Bulls team and win 60 games with him, bro.
Yep. There was Derrick Rose and people.
Yeah, bro. So now you realize, bro, that nigga was just he is only as good as his assistants, bro. So if he doesn't have somebody to actually do the work for him behind him, bro, you get this. You get what you've gotten for the past several years, which is 2 3-1 leads within 5 years. That's improbable, bro. That's impossible. He's literally the only person that did it twice. He was already in the class by himself when he did it twice, bro. He just doubled down and did it again, bro. He made sure that nobody's gonna see him with that. He's gonna be in the record books for that, bro.
Oh man.
All right, man. But that's a good episode, man. I'll see y'all next week, man. Any last words, bro?
You know what? I'm looking forward to this finals on Wednesday. Looking forward to another week of football.
I loved how soon it was going to start, man. I was like, oh, shit, it's starting Wednesday, fam?
You know, baseball playoffs start, I think, tomorrow.
You don't need nigga I know
Marlins in the playoffs, baby. Shout out to COVID, baby.
COVID season.
If you got 60 games, you better make the playoffs unless you are
man.
the Houston Astros, man.
They get what they got what they deserve, bro. They got what they deserve, nigga. You know, that's the funny thing about this season being 60 games. Because if this was a regular 162 game season, the Marlins would have went on that like 20 game slump, and they would have been completely out of it. Like we started off hot. We actually we started off COVID, and then we started off hot after COVID, and then we've been getting our ass kicked the last few games, but it wasn't enough to keep us out the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to that, man. But nah, it was another good episode. Looking forward to next week, talking with y'all boys and talking for the people.
Yes, sir.
All right, deuces.